In Lesson 11, we're going to look at creating content pages or web pages inside the back end. The web pages are going to allow you to create content pages for SEO optimization, for information management, or simply to create promotions or other content pages. You can create any content page using the built-in editor and the HTML editor. However, you can also use the page builder to build more dynamic pages, including landing pages and customer information pages. Let's go through some tips when creating web pages with BigCommerce. You can create a page with text and add page builder widgets to make it dynamic. That increases the complexity of the page, so you have to take into consideration how long it'll load and if the user experience is going to be what you wanted. People can get carried away on creating complex web pages that simply don't convert because users don't have the experience that they expect. You can edit a page layout template to create dynamic or specialty landing pages. A developer can implement almost any code within the template layout file, making it ideal to create complex informational and complex marketing web pages. You can literally create a landing page for anything, and you can use the HTML editor or the drag and drop editor to add things like forms for collecting user information or surveys from external sources. There's also a plethora of add-ons so that you can add these services easily. And finally, you can add these web pages to your navigation so that you can add them quickly and easily where customers already know they are or already looking. Some of the features that we already reviewed also include an easy SEO form for optimizing your page's SEO. And you have a display as a homepage option so that you can create a dynamic homepage and then have a list of pages that you can go through and activate at any time to change your homepage. I highly recommend designing 2 or 3 homepages so that as you go through the year, you can change them quickly and easily, either to update by season, specialty or promotion, or just to change the look and feel so that users want to come back and experience your app. Now let's take a more detailed look at creating a web page with BigCommerce. First off, when we're inside of our BigCommerce store, we'll see that we have navigation at the top and our categories. But we also have shipping and returns, a contact page, and a blog. The shipping and returns is a standard web page within the BigCommerce backend. You can see there's very little formatting. It was used, the what you see is what you get editor was used to create this content, and it simply displays wherever we want it displayed. The contact form is a little bit of a special page because it contains the form elements necessary to send an email when a customer contacts you. Likewise, the blog element is also a little bit special as it includes other features, but when viewing just the web page, we can go into the design in the page builder and add more dynamic elements to make our page a more dynamic landing page, should it be for promotions or marketing messages, or simply for a homepage. So you'll notice that we can drag and drop widgets so that we can update this page in multiple locations without affecting the global regions. So these page updates will only be applicable to this specific page. You'll notice that we only have a global region on the bottom, so we can only update the image or the content above the text and above the title. We'll discard these changes. And we're going to go back to the back end of BigCommerce to show you how to create a web page. So under the storefront menu in the left-hand side, we'll go over to web pages. You'll notice that we have our contact us, our shipping and returns, and the built-in blog page. You'll notice the page type shows you a normal page, a contact form, or a built-in blog, and we'll see that you have to select that when we're creating a new page. Let's go ahead and create a web page. The first thing you'll notice is that we have a page type, like I just outlined in the previous step. You can use content created from the what you see is what you get editor below. You can create a link to another website or document, such as a PDF. You can allow people to send questions or comments via a contact form, or you can contain raw HTML, which a developer can add for you to create dynamic or beautiful landing pages. You can use an HTML designer, such as an external web designer, to create the HTML elements that go into this page and simply copy and paste them from your element designer. First, we're going to do what you see is what you get editor page. This just uses the page content editor to format the text content and apply images and other tables that we might want to insert. We can also insert YouTube videos and links to other locations either within the site or externally. First, we need to give our page a name, and this is descriptive of the content that we'll be promoting. So we might have January sales event. You'll notice that as I click down the fields, the page URL is automatically generated from the page name. Now, you don't have to use the page URL. You can add anything you want. But if you do this after creating the page, you'll want to redirect the old URL as we did in the previous video. Let's add some page content here. So we might have a January sales event where we have a promotion for a specific item. And now when we're inserting a picture, you'll notice when I choose upload file, it'll create an image URL and it'll create an image entry for this item within our image gallery. But for now, we just uploaded our file here. We're going to select it and change the appearance. So this item has an alignment that's not set, but I want it to be to the left. I also only want it to be 400 pixels wide. My proportions are constrained, so I don't change how the image actually renders, just the size. I'll want to add a vertical space of 5 and a horizontal space of 5 and a border of 0. You'll notice that we also have a style option that is updating as I change these parameters. It's simply adding CSS styles, which you can manually add as well if you're familiar with CSS. The image description will be the alt image or alt tag used for SEO purposes. So if we're doing a landing page where we're trying to get SEO traffic, or we simply want the tags to inform users of what the image content is, we can go and change the image description. And likewise for the title. Now we can go and insert this image. But I want to add some text. Men's t-shirts, all organic, are now our standard. So let's format this. We'll change the font size to 18. And let's say we want to shop now. We can add a link using the little anchor link. Since we don't have our domain bound to our instance of BigCommerce yet, we get the domain name from BigCommerce itself. It can be a little complicated and I haven't memorized it, so we're just typing in a generic link for now. We have the option to open this window in the same frame that we're viewing, or open in a new window, or open in the parent frame. We're going to use open in new window so that when somebody clicks this link, it pops out into a new window for them to view the products. And we're just going to say shop all men's t-shirts for our title descriptor. Okay, great. We don't need to add spam protection because we don't have a form enabled. But if we were using allow people to contact us with questions or comments via contact form, we could add the manual CAPTCHA so that we don't have spam and bots adding information to our forms. Next, we have navigation menu options. We can choose to show the page content within the navigation menu. If we wanted to show up under a category, we can simply select a parent page. Show up under a page category, not a product category. We can select the parent page, and like the product menu, it'll show underneath that page. For this one, we want it to show at the top of our navigation, so we'll put it on the No Parent page. And finally, we have advanced options, where you're going to cover your SEO title, keywords, description, as well as the option to display this page as a home page or restrict to different types of customers. Let's go ahead and add our page title, promotions in January for organic men's shirts. And we'll add some keywords and a description. We'll add some search keywords. Let's go over and see what the keywords for search are. If you use search keywords, these keywords will allow users to type keywords into the search bar of your site and bring up the page recommendations. So just as they would be searching for a product within your website, they can search for pages. This can make it useful if you have a lot of knowledge-based content that you want to share with your users. Those are some search keywords our customers might be searching with to find our promotional message in this landing page. And once again, we have a template layout file, which once again can be customized by a developer to create dynamic or specialty landing pages. You can also create just a category of new template files so that you can change the look and feel of your site or the functionality over time. We're not going to display this page as a home page because we don't want to, nor are we going to restrict it to customers only, which will allow only customers who are logged into the platform to see this particular page. This can be used for B2B customers that need specific information, maybe routing numbers for your accounts, or specific information you only want to publish to existing customers. We're going to leave that off as well. The sort order, like any other sort order for products or categories, will show where this lays out within the layers, other pages. So if we have lots of other pages, we can set the sort order to 1 for this to show up first. And likewise, we can set the sort order from 1 to 250,000 for the remaining pages. Let's save and exit our page now. So you see we have the January sales event. Let's go and look at our store. So in our top level navigation, we have our product navigation, our secondary product navigation, and here we see our new page for January sales event. And we'll see that we have a simple page that has the message that we added and the image that we added. Now we can go into design this page in Page Builder to see what additional options we have. This will be theme dependent, so depending on your theme, you'll have different widget areas and different sidebar widgets to be able to add. Let's go ahead and just add a divider to our January sales event. Likewise, we could add a hero banner down below that divider. Now we have a message, a promotional message, when people land on our page that we can instantly show them on desktop and mobile. So let's just leave that there. And let's go and preview this on tablets and mobile devices. We can do that by going up here to the Design tab, clicking Preview, and then cycling through our tablet preview and our mobile preview. Now, if we go back to Design and make changes in tablet and mobile, those changes propagate through the other screens as well. So we need to understand when we're doing responsive theme development, how these elements lay out on a page. Let's go ahead and go back to our BigCommerce web pages. So you'll also notice that we can drag and drop within the list to change the sort order. So just like we changed the sort order down here, you'll notice that now it's 3 after I dragged and dropped it. That's because now it's in sort position 3 within the web pages. Likewise, if I drag it back to 1, we'll see that it's back at 1. But let's drag it down here and see what it looks like on the shop. So now you'll see that we have our shop all category with all of our bath products and everything else. And shipping and returns contact have been moved in front of the January sales event. So that's a very easy way to add dynamic content such as landing pages to your navigation menu or your homepage. In the next lesson, we'll take a look at creating blog articles, similar to web pages, only they have a little bit additional information for categorization.